Welcome all fire earth signs to your numerology reading for October. I hope you guys are doing great. This is for Leo, Virgo, Cusp, Aries, Taurus, Cusp, and Sagittarius, Capricorn, Cusp. Welcome, Cuspers. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what energy you guys are divinely connected to together. And after we're done with this session, I will do each individual sign. Just look for the timestamps in the description area. Okay, so here we go. 48, financial discipline. Release. Having a death card come out. Let go and release of what no longer serves you. Unsettled, look before you leap from thing to thing without making real commitments. Recharge, mental pretty much reset. Yeah, mental rest, but I wanted to say reset. I think it's just totally resetting that battery. Emotionally recovering and taking a break. Come back stronger. So it's definitely saying, you know what, you need to reset. I just keep hearing reset. You can say recharge those batteries, but it's also a reset because it's like you need to really settle some indifferences when it comes to the way you're putting out energy. You guys are like back and forth, back and forth. I feel like you guys are on a teeter-totter. So yeah, recharging is going to be a good thing because it just feels like you're really pushing out a lot of energy towards your finances. And really trying to, it could be it's like it just for a lot of you, it's trying to get those bills paid, putting out way too much emotions. Could be even trying to pay those bills because you don't have a job. Something is going on where you need to feel like you're more financially disciplined, but you're putting in too many emotions into the situation. That's where it's coming out. Procrastination, putting things off because of a bad habit, to use time management strategies. So it's like I'm putting out a lot of energy, mental energy and emotional energy towards this situation, but I'm also procrastinating. So I need to release these energies and recharge myself, let those go so I can think straight. It's about thinking straight. Once you recharge and you see things, you're going to be able to see things from a different point of view. And then you'll be able to know how to move. Okay. If you know one of those cards doesn't suit you, that's fine. You can throw it away. It's meant for someone, not everyone, because you could say, no, I was never procrastinating. If anything, I was moving too fast. And that could be a huge situation. The reason I see that too is because of the deer. So, okay, so take that how it resonates for you. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. Yeah, it's definitely going to be about soul searching and looking for new ways of doing something and using that mental energy wisely. There's that recharge. So going within to actually soul search the situation. 9 is going to be the ending, letting go. So that way you can find that stability, find what it is you're truly looking for, having that mental, going to see things from a different point of view, guys. When you're using mental energy, once you settle down, recharge, regain everything, you're going to be able to see this with a lot different eyes and a little bit different knowledge. You might even feel like someone's coming towards you that has some answers for you as you're really getting yourself grounded and balanced over here. You might even have someone that wants to come in and say, hey, I have this job, or I'll collaborate with you, or this is how I got out of debt, or this is how I got financially disciplined, however it is. But you're going to see things so differently that it's going to feel like you're winning. Okay, so you're definitely going to win within this situation. And then 6 plus 3 equals 9 again. So you have the 9 and 9s. And this is a 10 for the new beginning because all court cards are 10s. So you're going to definitely see that as this new beginning coming around. But 10 is also a beautiful card of an awakening because that's saying I'm understanding what's going on around me so I can see things from a different point of view. Okay, so I do like that. So There's something here where it says it's time to settle down and get financially disciplined. You can do this. You can find the answers within. 8 is about the manifestation, and the manifestation of the 8, if you see the 8 sideways, it's also saying there is infinite possibilities of what is going on around you, because the 8 is manifestation and magic, right? It's saying I'm wielding all of this around me, and that's just the way things are going to be. So 8 is a beautiful card of coming together. With the 4, which is the possibilities of what is stabilized and the stability of the situation. It takes four corners to build. So if you think about it, everything that's, when you build a building, you have 4 corners, right? That's your solid foundation. So when you're building it up, there you go, right? So everything is pretty much built on 4, right? 4 energies, 4 walls, 4 corners. So it says crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. And then there it is again. It says release what no longer serves you, so you can see things from a different point of view and recharge and relax. There it is again. That's crazy. There's your hermit again, which is saying in silence, peace prevails. She's got the owl sitting on her shoulder because she's becoming wise. Within peace comes wisdom. Through meditation comes wisdom. Through just sitting quiet comes wisdom. That way you can hear your higher self. It's the same thing as, it always says, be still, be quiet, be still, and listen. And you can hear the word of God. You can hear God's words, right? And that's that inner self, the higher beings coming within, the wisdom coming through. Be still and listen. You can hear his voice. So it says wandering path, enjoy the journey, because there is a map that's coming towards you. If you pay attention to what's going on and you recharge and you start letting go and really looking deep within your lantern, he's looking at the star over there, his legacy, the hope, the faith. Here it's saying I'm opening up a whole new world. That's a part of the Page of Swords, because it's literally saying I've got a new map for you. This new map is going to allow you to collaborate with yourself, find the wisdom which leads to the victory. I do like this live fox on the situation, though, because the fox is saying it is sly. It's kind of sly of you to do such a thing. Why? Because of curiosity. Sly, cautious, curious. Love it. So 48 over here. Let's just look at 48 really fast, my friends. Let's see what it says. It says this card indicates a need for financial discipline if you wish to build a strong foundation. 3 is the beginning of the strong foundation, right? The collaboration. The 4, like I said before, is the strong foundation. For your future, you are constantly surrounded by opportunities to attract abundance. However, you must follow up with action if you wish to see results. Setting the intention to be financially secure, then taking appropriate steps, such as putting a little bit of money aside each week. Is there enough to shift your vibration towards the outcome you desire? Ask yourself this question. I think those are the questions you want to ask yourself in solitude. You will come out with the answer as the Page of Swords. What is it and how is it that I'm going to become financially disciplined? Right? If I need to get out of debt, do I go online and look and find the snowball effect? Online, put down snowball effect and it will help me get out of debt. Do I want to avalanche and get rid of the bigger piece first and then do that? What steps will I take? And how will I release? What will I let go of? Will I let go of cookies and things that I know I can't afford, but I want to keep them going? Perhaps you've been spending money on unnecessary things. I just said that, so we're going to keep moving here, guys. Seek a financial advice, budget, or attend a workshop or read a book about creating wealth. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. These cycles that are encouraging you to be financially disciplined are strong. Since like attracts like, this is magnetic. The affirmation for you is the universe is abundant and I am financially stable and secure. And if you guys need help with any affirmations or meditations, since you have a lot of meditation, don't forget my second channel, which is Relaxing Whispers Meditation. The link is in the description area. I built it for this channel, for the subscribers for this channel, or anyone who wants to or needs meditation, relaxing music, whatever it is, hypnosis. But it is there for you to help you through these areas of your life. And yes, I will have to say that the majority of most hypnosis and manifestations that are on the channel actually are done and linked pretty much to what we talk about in tarot on this channel. It was built that way because it was made for you guys 3 or 4 years ago. Okay, so yes, you could say, okay, so if I'm having financial problems, there's a video for you. You know, we were talking about past life 2 or 3 years ago for Libra, Scorpio, and Libras. I remember that, so I did a past life. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of things that are made on that channel, guys, are linked to these videos for you on purpose to win the lottery. We were just talking about winning the lottery a couple weeks ago. And yes, sometimes it's different people, right? And the new moons and stuff like that. So just remember, a lot of what we're talking about when I say, do you want to go watch this video? There is literally a video there for you. Okay? Because it was made that way. I do these and then I'm like, oh, you know what? I need to go make this video for you. Okay, so that is there. Okay, my friends. If you guys really like this, hit that big old like button. And if you keep finding yourself at this channel and haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. And if you guys do like the second channel for the meditation, please subscribe to that channel. And I'm still trying to build that channel. Okay. It's in a process. Okay, let's go now. Going straight to the regular signs now, starting with Leo, Virgo. Best message for Leo, Virgo, please. Interesting. Leo, Virgo is talking about, despite your followers or anything from a like, there is some kind of hunger that you have over here. You might have someone around you who wants a lot of attention when it comes to financial discipline. You might even feel like someone is not prioritizing money correctly when it comes to this situation. Spirit is trying to give you unexpected guidance, and universe is trying to step in to redirect this path for you. So you might feel like you are having a lot of divine intervention, whether it's, you know, you're meditating and realizing that things are coming to mind about how you can financially discipline yourself. You might even find your dreams are doing something weird and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't understand what's going on here. I'm going to write this down. You see what I'm saying? So you might even be seeing a lot of numbers as well. I do feel that you're coming into an alignment over here, Leo, Virgo, when it comes to financial discipline, where you are definitely crossing some kind of bridge when it comes to this. You might be starting some kind of you're stepping into something. This is crazy. This is crazy because I actually heard you're getting ready for a windfall, but you don't know it because you have been working so hard on your financial discipline. Yeah, you've already taken, it says take your first steps now because you're getting ready to say goodbye to yesterday. Can I get another reading? Or another card. This is crazy. Oh my gosh, you're already in this place of transformation. You've been working hard on this. I do believe that a lot of you have already released, you know, it's like you've already gone over your priorities. You already feel like I'm in this place of winning. For a lot of others of you, you're like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm getting there. You know, I've started looking into how I'm going to get out of debt. I've already looked at snowballing. I've already looked at people to help me, extra jobs, taking a second job, whatever it is, putting money aside. I feel like you've already stepped into this new energy, this fresh new energy. And then for others of you, you've been traveling here and you're getting ready for this new first step. It's like the second step of the journey. It's kind of like you've been following this map and it's like on to the next place. You know, it's kind of like if it's made in threes, you're on number 2, right? You're on the first step of part 2, right? Yeah, I see that. For some of you, you've put it into a 3-step program type of scenario. And you're like, well, I already did this. I already prioritized. I did all that. I'm on to step 2 to actually start. Now I actually get to save some money. I actually see that. What has your inner voice been asking you to do? And then for some of you, you're just starting this 3-step program. It's going to feel real good. Get enthusiastic about it. Spirit says, don't let it be your way down. Get enthusiastic. Don't let it become your procrastination. Don't let it become your bummer. You know, your bummer of now I don't get donuts. Now I don't get cookies. You see what I'm saying? I don't get the things that I want because no. Embrace it. Make it different. Give it a different recharge. Give it a different energy. We all have mess ups. We all have downs. We all have something in our life that's a bummer. And Spirit is saying, I want you to take this and go into solitude, and I want you to recharge and rethink this solution and then come out different. I don't want you to be the downer in this situation. It does suck, but I want you to come out on the other side. Shit happens to everybody. But I want you to listen to act. I want you to look at this as a adventure. This is a part of the journey. This is what helps transform and makes things go by faster. This is what brings in good things. Why? Because you change your energy. You say, fine, I can't have any cookies this week because I'm going to save this money so that I can put this towards this bill. I'm going to put extra. I'm going to take that cookie money and I'm going to put it towards that bill. Now I'm going to have, you know what I mean? Now I'm going to have more money. Now I'm going to take this little bit of money. I'm going to save $1 or $2 over here. And then I'm going to take the rest of this. And I'm going to pay that extra. Snowballing, guys, it really does work. It's what got me out of debt. Challenge, competition, protection. You are challenging. Remember, sometimes your biggest challenge is yourself. Listen and pay attention. Sometimes our biggest protection, our biggest competition is self. You challenge yourself. Master the steps you're on. 7, you're divinely guided. You are protected. Nurturing and practical, providing financially. As soon as you realize where everything is and you change the mainframe of how you're financially disciplining yourself, you will realize there will become more nurture, more practical, more money coming in. Change the scenario. Rewrite it. You guys are amazing. You guys could be seeing 10s and 7s. I see a lot of 17. So if you guys are seeing a lot of 17, it could be like 417, 217, just seeing that 17. You guys know that you are seeing 17. 17 is that angel number where God wants you to understand that this is signifying that spiritual consciousness, compassion, and self-confidence and strength. This is where your journey is often leading you to positive outcomes. Allow this divine intervention to heal and come through. Encouraging you to maintain your current course and be compassionate with yourself, though, on the way. This is a positive reinforcement for you that Spirit is watching you and helping you and divinely pushing you into the right path and right direction. You are not alone. Awesome. Next. Who's next? We're going to go to Aries, Taurus. Aries, Taurus. Voyage of the heart, love flows through you and to you. Transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. You're doing a phoenix effect. You are doing, you are going through this transformation, a transformation on seeing how you are going to look at finances from a different point of view. This is a transformation within your energy of money. Remember, money is energy. So it's going to be the way you're looking at it, flowing to you, coming to you, and dealing with it. Transforming your overall self. You could use some self-care time, like now. Schedule it in. There's that hermit, right? Solitude. Make sure that you are giving your time to heal, crossing the bridges, healing and connecting. Do your thoughts need a reboot? Excuse me. Focus on the good in your life. It's kind of like the same thing I just told Leo, Virgo. Redirect that energy to allow yourself to see it from a different point of view. It doesn't matter, right, how much debt you're in, where your life is going. If you allow only the negative to come in, you're only going to keep continuing to feel and see the negative until it finally resets itself. But how much do you want it to reset itself? You don't want it to reset itself, my friends. You want you to reset the energy. Do you understand? If we wait for everything else to reboot around us, it's going to take a long time. We want you. You are the creator of your story. Reboot yourself. That's where you're going to see the victory. Stop pushing against it at what it is. Align with it and move on. That's what I just said. Aligning with the outcome, having that understanding. When you go within, you're going to have this understanding that I need to release what no longer serves me. I'm going to reboot everything around myself, get clear about how I'm going to do things, start making money management things around me. And the more that I keep doing that and with a more positive attitude, I'm going to realize everything's going to flow through me differently. It's going to come at you different because you have a different point of view. You have a different vibration. Remember that you can't change anyone but yourself. So if someone wants to go against you in this situation, you just keep doing it for yourself because that's all you can do. That's it. I know. And then sometimes it's like, well, we're married and my husband or my wife is not on board or on, with what I'm doing within this situation. Well, you're going to have to try to work around that. Yeah, it's going to be a little harder. But remember, if you can change your energy, you can try to reset things around you and see how that works. I know it's going to be hard when you're with somebody who's closed-minded. And if you're being closed-minded, it's going to be even worse. Unwilling to consider other perspectives or entertain new ideas to be more open. And that's going to be harder when you are. But now you're going to have to cross bridges and you're going to have to go within to try to make them understand how we're going to collaborate and work together. Yeah, I know that one's going to be harder because I remember when I was in debt with my husband, it was like, bumping heads. And we have two Tauruses over here trying to figure out how to become financially disciplined. One has one idea, one has the other. We ended up having to meet in the middle. I think the mapping really came in handy. we decided we're just going to do the snowball effect and be done with it. You know what I mean? And that was the only way to do it at the end. Until the very, very, very end. Then we did the avalanche and just got rid of that big bill and then just let the little ones still be there. But that was a couple of years later, once we got the bigger bill way low. But yeah, you're going to have to be careful because you have arrogance, inability to see your flaws, know your limitations while trying to learn and improve. Absolutely. So having to see where that resistance is. So you have the arrogance with the resistance. And there is always that when it comes to financial discipline, because it's going to be hard because you have the resistance to get rid of old beliefs, to refuse to adapt and hinder. And we're talking about you, Aries, Taurus. We have that Taurus piece that does not like change. So now you're going to have this fight within yourself. Oh, definitely going to be me versus myself. And in fact, if that comes up in the What's Gossip, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Because the Aries piece is going to be exactly, I want to go quick, I want to go fast, I want to be impulsive about the situation. So I definitely see you going inside over here, Aries, Taurus, and having this inner battle within self of how much resistance is going to be there. Can I do it this way? But I would rather go fast. I want to rush. So this one says, I want you to take the slower pace. Appreciate the journey rather than just rushing towards the destination. You know what this is telling me? Whatever your Taurus side says about resisting and not wanting to grow and do exactly the opposite. Do the opposite of what Taurus would do. You don't want that resistance. You want that change. You're going to change. This wants to go impulsively fast, hot, heavy. No. Slow down. Right? So it's almost like Aries is saying, stop trying to hinder it, Taurus. And then Taurus is saying, slow down, Aries. So it's like you versus yourself. You're going to do the opposite. You're going to be slow and steady wins the race. But you are going to change. Because you can't sit around, procrastinate, and eat those cookies that you can't even fucking afford. God, now it sounds like I'm talking to my husband. And then he's going to say, but what about those donuts that we couldn't afford? Yeah, well, that was months later. It's not a joke, though, but it is fucking hilarious. Because it does remind me of me and my husband having this, like, this little, like, fucking two bulls going at it, right? And it's funny because, he's Taurus Sagittarius and I'm Taurus Leo. So, I mean, it's going to be the fire war no matter what. That's why I'm saying this literally reminds me of a war between the two of us. Because no matter what, we are earth fire. And you are what? Earth fire. Fire earth. Okay. Yeah, so it says go ahead and do some shadow work and facing hidden fears, exploring the darker emotions, accepting the imperfections. Meet your dark side. And, it just feels like the dark side of yourself is just going to be those resisting areas where it's like, okay, then finally once I got through it and I said I can personally grow and I'm going to do that, we're going to take out like a bat out of Hades. So it just feels like you're still hindering something, right? But it does say achieving goals, mission accomplished. You're going to get financially stable because you're going to figure this out. You're going to go within and you're going to get wise about the situation. Write out your pros and cons. Whatever you hear that says, I need to do this, look at that and say, well, you think I should really go that fast? Because if I go that fast, I could hurt myself. Because what if I'm throwing too much money, then I won't be able to pay my rent. Or now we're not eating at all. You see what I'm saying? So no. Snowballing is so easy, guys. Go and watch that if you don't know what that is. Because it gets rid of one bill and then it tears down some other bills. And then once that bill is done, you get to take the money from that bill. You get to put some of it away, and now you get to get your donuts or your cookies back. And you also get to take the other money and put it towards the next bill. Do you see what I'm saying? So now you have extra cash, and you get to throw that extra. So now if you have, that cost you $150, you get to take that $150. You get that $4 for the donuts. You get to take that. You see what I'm saying? that extra cash and put it all towards that. Now you have this bill cost 50 plus the extra 150 or whatever, 100, we'll just say an extra 100 because you wanted to keep the 50 for yourself for food. Now you have that extra 100 plus the 50. Now you're going to bring that extra 100 to that, and you're going to now, oh my God, you just gave that next bill $100 extra. Holy shit. And then you just pay the regulars on the other bills. You see what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden that one's snowballing down, down, down. Boom, before you know it, that one's gone. Now you got 150. Oh my gosh, now I get to save money over here. You see what and then you do the same thing. It works. Boy, does it work. And it works actually really fast. I got out of $15,000 worth of debt or some shit, something like that within 3 years by just snowballing. So it does work. And I use it anytime I have debt. And I don't have any debt. So everything's paid off. So, but, wise leader, you are the beacon for others. But it does work. And anytime I have debt, that's exactly what I do. Reaching your destination, your light is shining brightly. Okay, so you're definitely becoming the wise beacon, and your light is shining brightly. So you're actually on your way to the destination. But it says right here, your bag is secured. You're ready. You're ready. And you're becoming the wise leader because you're learning how to do all this stuff. So the more you're learning, you're like, oh my God, I'm freaking winning. Yep. And it already says that too, because it says you achieved your goal. You got that. It's locked in. You're done. I also used tarot though too, guys, for how much money I was going to give towards my bills. That also, I think, also helped using divine to help me get through that. I was going to do a lesson on YouTube when I first started about how to do that, but it's too complicating to do for general. You could only do that for personals. It works very well. Personals, I don't even know how to really do that for general. It'd be too hard. I mean, you could show how to do it, but because it's so personal, because of the way your bills are, it would have to be done personally. I have done them personally, in person. I've never done them online, though. Nobody's asked me online to do that, so. But I don't have it written down as doing it either. If you guys are interested in that, just let me know. And I'll let you know how much that costs to get a breakdown for your getting out of monthly bills with tarot. Passion and pleasure. So it's just time to savor your life. Okay? Everything's coming back around. Love it. Sagittarius, Capricorn. Constantly waiting. Just constantly waiting for the situation to change and become more clear. It does feel like you may be waiting for someone who's giving you mixed signals when it comes to financial discipline. Make sure that you are paying attention to what it is that you need to be doing so that way you have the biggest payday for yourself. It's going to come down to you and your partner, or however, your husband, your wife, or whatever. If somebody is not helping you within this situation, then you're going to have to become more clear. Because it says you're waiting around over here for someone to become clear on how you're going to get your success. That's just not going to be the way it's going to work, Spirit says. It just does not. You're going to have to figure out things from a different point of view, because that just doesn't work. You cannot wait for someone else. So, like, for instance, if you've been waiting for this place that says they're going to help us with finances, and they've been helping us out, but it's been doing nothing for us, then you need to look and see what's going on within that situation, because there's no waiting. You can't wait for someone to get their shit together to say this is the way it's going to be. No, it's a success expands in your life, and by you taking control of the situation and expanding it, you're going to see this delay go away. You're going to see the obstacle and the delay go away, but you're going to have to discover the truth and really stand your own ground when it comes to your financial discipline. You can't wait for somebody else to say, oh, I'm going to do this and that and the other. It's just not working. Okay, that's going to be for someone. I'm actually going to do an extra one for you guys, okay? Because I don't feel like that's for everybody. So let's do another one. I feel like that was like for maybe 5 or 6 of you, but I don't feel like that was for everyone. So let's get another one. Crossroads, life-changing decisions. Choose wisely. Your next step matters. So if you're definitely looking for comfortable wealth and really looking for your indulgence and that financial stability, you guys may be needing some kind of investment. Maybe you're putting all of your money into a certain place to invest. Maybe you need a 401k. And so it's time to really cross that bridge and put your money where it needs to be. I am seeing a lot of 401k things going on over here, things that have to do with retirement for a lot of you, things that are going to make you more comfortable. I also see a lot of you that you are also spending too much money in other places and not putting money away. There's not enough savings over here, so it's going to end up hurting you in the end. And I do feel for a lot of you, you've done this before and you did not save enough money. So now you need to figure that out because, yeah, it's definitely not it's not going to be the way that you want it to be. It could be also that you just never saved enough money and it's really coming back to hurt you right now. So Spirit is saying it's definitely time to invest where you need to invest. And it's a great time to invest Bitcoin, anything you're looking for those rewards, getting out of debt, not buying things that you can't afford. Okay. If you know that I can't afford, this, that, and the other, but yet you keep buying it, it just keeps hurting. And this is saying it's because you're resisting some kind of change when you know you should be putting things away. So there's some kind of uncertainty about the future requires you to adapt to new ways of doing things. I also seen this in the, it's actually said very well in the Aries Taurus reading just before yours. Having that stubborn reactions, hindering your process from not allowing things because of indecision. And now we have indecision again. So it's going to be really being about how you're fearing, how you're doing things. You need to bring more clarity. If you guys know that you're in debt and you need to use that snowball effect, you need to go watch that on YouTube or do something of that nature. Like I was telling Aries Taurus, I did the snowball effect. It actually helped, but I used tarot also to help me through the money situation, how much I should pay extra without getting myself into trouble, but also helping me get through that. If you guys are ever interested in having that on a personal basis, I could do that for you, help you out with that. But you would have to write that down because I don't do that online per se. It's pretty expensive. Yes, it can get you out of debt really fast. I've helped people in the past do it that way, taking $20,000 and getting them out of debt within like about 3 years, 3 or 4 years. So it says give yourself some credit for doing a good job at this whole living thing, right? So go ahead and make sure that you are giving yourself credit for that. Okay, so you guys are doing a wonderful job. You're just really having to look at what it is you're really looking at, discovering your own truth of how you're going to build and where you're going to put your energy. Remapping and reorganizing is really your thing. And investing, a lot of you just really need to invest your money. You need a savings account. You need some rainy day money. Because it just looks like you just keep getting yourself into these places, something breaks, and then I don't have any backup. So Spirit says you really need to have that backup. Okay? And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.